Well, hunting season is here across the Gem State, and stopping by for today's wildlife is Jennifer Jackson from Idaho Fish and Game. She's going to tell you about what you need to do to stay safe this season. Well, this is probably a refresher for a lot of people, but personally I think this is something that isn't told enough. How to make sure you're seen out in the woods by your fellow hunters.
Right, hunter safety has so many different components. It can be the type of clothing you wear, dressing appropriately for the weather. You don't want to, succumb to hypothermia or other issues associated with weather conditions. In the case of hunter orange, we know it's not required in the state of Idaho to wear hunter orange, but we do ask folks, remind them that's a great way to be seen when you're out hunting by other hunters is to wear hunter orange. If you do hunt on wildlife management areas that are stocked with pheasants, then hunter orange is a requirement.
Okay.
But other than that, it's just a recommendation. Hunting accidents in the state of Idaho are actually very low, over the past decade or so, or even longer. But what we do see is we do have hunting accidents. 70% of them has to do with some type of visibility issue. Okay. So that should hopefully be a reminder to folks to just make sure that you maybe have a little bit of hunter orange on there when you're out there. And of course it's knowing other things like how to carry your gun safely, how, knowing what's beyond the target when you're shooting, knowing your target. What you're shooting at, yep. All those things should come back into play when you're out this hunting season. Just remember back to those hunter ed classes you took and you should be fine. Right,
my wife actually just finished up hunter's ed last fall, and one thing the Fish and Game officers preached was the hunter orange.
Yes.
They said yes, it is not, like you say, not a requirement, but they said treat it as a requirement. It can save your life, so why not?
Absolutely.
They also said in those classes, one thing they've heard from hunters is that they think they're more visible to the animal when they're wearing orange.
Right.
I've heard that's not true.
Most animals do not see in color, so what they're sensitive to is pattern and movement.
Right.
Believe it or not, you can actually buy hunter orange that's camouflage. So it's a camouflage similar to this pack that I have here, but it's got bright orange modeled through it.
Okay.
Now there are some species, when you're turkey hunting, to be honest, you're not going to wear hunter orange. You're going to be in full camo. You're covering your face, you're covering your hands, and you're holding really still because the smallest movement is going to trigger those birds seeing you, and they're going to be very wary. But for the most part, you can get away with hunter orange and be a very successful hunter.
One way you guys, kind of preach this safety is your youth pheasant clinic coming up. Real quick, tell us a little bit about that, what you got going on, and how it introduces, younger hunters to the sport.
Okay, so October 5th is our youth pheasant clinic. It's an annual event held at the Sterling Wildlife Management Area. It is space is limited, so you do need to call to pre-register, call our office here in Pocatello. But it's a great event where we bring youth in ages 10 to 17, teach them more about hunter safety, but more importantly about actually how to get out in the field and be effective with your shotgun. So we have shotgun skills clinics, patterning portion of the clinic. We learn about pheasant management and habitat, and then some of the youth will be able to go out and actually be involved in a mentored hunt where they have their own private mentor and personal dog handler and dog that they get to use for the hunt. It's a great event, and so if you're interested in that, give Fish and Game a call. We'd love to get your kids connected to the sport of hunting through this special clinic.
All right, cool. Thank you very much for stopping by this morning.
Thank you.